lineup for Washington. We've got Sarr. Keyshawn George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's McCollum at point guard. And for the Rockets, KD and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Thompson out there with Josh Okogie, and it's Şengün in at the center. We've just started up this season, Grant. What's important for players right now?
You know, I think it's finding a good routine, especially for those on new teams. The earlier you figure out what works for you, the quicker you'll get comfortable.
McCollum against Thompson. Durant for three. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
KD, if you allow him to spot up, the easy money sniper will not miss.
George outside. Pass to Middleton. It's hauled in by Houston. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
That's a game they'd like to put in the rearview mirror. They know they treated it a little too lightly.
They slept-walked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
Here's Middleton after Houston's three-pointer on the other end. George, a screen on Smith. Back to McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. The three. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And good response from McCollum. A shot like this just demonstrates leadership.
Okogie on the wing. Smith outside. Pass to Durant. Now Thompson. McCollum with a steal. Now the Wizards in transition. And out of bounds. The Rockets will take it. Houston has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Back to Thompson. Okogie on the wing. Coulibaly defending. Shoots from 12, and another basket for Houston.
Well, it's critical that Josh Okogie connect right here. The mid-range jumper was available. Knock it down.
Well, Grant, this is the 3rd season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
Now here's Middleton. 6 to shoot. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And using that 6'7" frame to get in there and do work, Middleton will take on anybody.
Durant, pass to Thompson. To the left side wing. Pass to Durant. Up and in on the layup. 8 points for Durant.
Well, this is what you call hitting the ground running. 4 shots taken, 4 shots made.
Middleton outside. Back to McCollum. Sarr with a screen on Thompson. Now here's Sarr. Fires for 3. Smith with the rebound. Durant against George. Durant's shot is off.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
There's McCollum with the 3. Doesn't go that time.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
That one's good for 2.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 7-point differential. They're getting their first look of the season at the Rockets in this one.
Yeah, easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Here's Okogie.
Watch the screen.
Şengün, a screen on Coulibaly. Inside. Stolen by Sarr. Pass to Coulibaly. And that one goes in. in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Washington shooting their first free throw of the night. Eason's checked in for the Rockets. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Thompson passes to Eason. Pass to Şengün. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Durant for 3. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Durant's got 11.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Middleton outside. Sarr with a screen on Smith. Middleton passes to Sarr. A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
Yeah, and they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster is still very young with room to grow.
First free throw is good, and while they struggle to win games, the Wizards are focused on achieving what they call smaller wins, Doris.
B.A., I think this is an incredibly smart approach for this reason. You do not have enough yet talent and experience combined to win in the NBA. So you have to look for the positives as you try to develop your program, which means draft well. Player development is absolutely critical, and your ability to celebrate those smaller wins means you're making progress.
And the Wizards last season with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Grant, second in losses only to Utah.
Yeah, B.A., the course is clear. Development and youth. The losses can be tough to stomach, but they do have some intriguing up-and-coming players.
McCollum against Thompson. George feels it out a bit. Pass to McCollum. The teardrop. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Amin Thompson.
And McCollum isn't afraid of contact, especially when he's being aggressive and looking to score.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, now a veteran in the league, McCollum's combo guard style of play is valuable to this team.
He's off on the second, and you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Coulibaly against Durant. Durant draws the double for 3. They get it back. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great positioning and timing from Şengün there. And his height helps a little too.
And here's Coulibaly. McCollum right side. Back to Coulibaly. Shot clock at 5. Sarr with a screen on Smith. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Thompson. Now Smith. Yet to see a basket. Thompson outside. The 3. Smith. That one's good.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. All right, let's take a look back at last season and see the teams who collected the most second chance points. The Rockets, number 1.
And it was just great watching them be so assertive on the offensive glass. This is a team that trusted in their ability to keep possessions alive last season.
Wizards trail by 9. Pass to Sarr. And here's McCollum. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Şengün.
And McCollum doesn't back down from anyone, including inside where he challenges defenders.
The free throw drops for McCollum. Steven Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. And McCollum drops them both. Here's Durant. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Out to the right wing. Eason, pass to Thompson. Smith outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Durant. And another basket for Houston.
Well, guys love to score, but the differentiator is, can you do it at an efficient clip? And right now, that's what's happening.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, "Their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team." Brian, back over to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. Here's Eason, following the score by Washington. Smith with a screen on Coulibaly. Smith outside. Launches a 3. Drains the triple. Smith's got 6.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Middleton outside. Coulibaly with a screen on Smith. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. It's hauled in by Houston.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Outside Eason. George with a steal. Jumps up. And the jam by George.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Outside Coulibaly. Sarr with a screen on Durant. Pass to McCollum. Clock at 6. Here's George. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Durant. 18 points for him. Thompson outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, BA, most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
And that one misses.
One of the best things about Kevin Durant is he simply locks in on exactly what's in front of him at the moment. If that means working at practice, that's what he does. If that's competing at a high level in the game, that's what he does.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Finney-Smith checked in for Smith, and it's Shepherd in for Thompson. So he can't get either to fall.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Shot's good by Carrington.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Durant. A floater, and it's good. 2 points. Durant's got 20 points.
Boy, bringing tremendous energy right now, and his teammates are absolutely feeding off it.
Middleton passes to Johnson. A minute 53 left to play in the first. McCollum finds Johnson. Off target with the three.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open, and yet somehow comes away empty.
Now here's Durant, covered by Carrington. Finney-Smith, a screen. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Wow, they've come out strong, control the pace, assert their will, nice.
Now here's McCollum. He had 25 points in his last game. Pass to Johnson. McCollum outside, shoots over Shepherd, and a beautiful finish by C.J. McCollum. McCollum's got 8.
Yeah, the craftiness of McCollum, smooth in that mid-range area.
And yep, it's good. And the Rockets lead by 10.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Here's Shepherd, coming off a 16-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And let's not forget about the assist. His playmaking was critical for this team.
Now, Dorian Finney-Smith has the ability athletically to finish near the cup, and he does so there.
And it's Washington with the ball. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. McCollum's shot is off. Houston leading by 10. Adams with the ball. He's scoreless. Here's Shepherd. Back to Durant. And he drops it in from the low post.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Houston. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. Back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And so in the game for Washington, Carlton Carrington out there with Johnson. Then it's Kispert, then it's Marvin Bagley, and it's Champagnie at the 4. Now here's Johnson. From the elbow, Rockets with a rebound. Sengun's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Stripped it away. Here we go, one-on-one. Bagley passes to Kispert. And so the ball out of bounds. Bagley touched it last. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But Grant, that can leave the team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Finney-Smith checked in for Houston. Pass to Adams. They swipe it. Here's Gill. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
He hears the whistle, and he keeps his concentration and is able to knock it down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Here's Shepard, covered by Carrington. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Rockets, number 1.
Last year, this was a team that owned the paint. They were so committed to rebounding. And that's a stat you love to lead the league in.
Whitmore's checked in for Washington. The Wizards trail by 9. Outside Carrington. Now here's Whitmore, defended by Eason. Pass to Kispert. The 3 is up. Hits the trifecta. Kispert's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, we know Kispert's going to take a healthy number of threes, and with good reason.
Outside Finney-Smith. Sengun passes to Adams. Adams double team. Back to Sengun. Houston working the ball around. Clock is at 3. Here's Shepard. It's hauled in by Carrington. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. To the paint. Whitmore with it. He's against Eason. Pass to Kispert. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions. But can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Here's Carrington. After the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. Here's Whitmore, defended by Eason. Shot from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Houston. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Shepard. Still no points. Pass to Sengun. Banked it in off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 8.
And that's where Sengun does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
Outside Johnson. And he gets it to go.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Eason. Adams inside. And here's Shepard for 3. Pure from 3-point range.
Shepard is good at measuring the defense. He knows his passes are coming his way if he has space to shoot.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Durant, he's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson comes in for Shepard. And then for Washington, George, he's checked in for Kispert. Coulibaly comes in for Johnson. And it's McCollum in for Whitmore. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Thompson against McCollum. George outside. Pass to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From behind the arc. Adams grabs the miss.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Now here's Durant. Over to the wing. Eason, pass to Adams. Here's Champagnie. No made baskets yet. Outside Coulibaly. Pass to George. McCollum looking it over. 5 to shoot. From downtown. George's shot is off. Houston leading by 9. Now Thompson. Here's Easton. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Durant's got 26 points.
I love the urgency KD plays with. This guy works hard to convert every time.
McCollum outside. Three trips to the line so far for him in this one.
C.J. McCollum taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. Something the league has worked towards, seeing small market teams competing at a high level, Grant.
Yeah, this league isn't just for the big cities. Smart drafting and team development can make any organization elite. And of course, that's the beauty of it all.
Smith, he's checked in for Adams. And a change for the Wizards. Sarr's checked in. That one misses.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational. So hard to shrink a deficit when you can't keep pace at the line. That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Houston shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
First team foul. At the line for Houston.
One shot.
Kevin Durant. At the line, shooting 1.
Free throw is good from Durant.
What we know about Kevin Durant is this is a seasoned veteran who is so comfortable in his own skin. For Kevin Durant, it's about the purity of the game and the competition.
Now here's George. 5 points in the game. Now here's Sarr. McCollum outside. 4 on the clock. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. Inside. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Amen Thompson, one of the most spectacular athletes in basketball. Coach Ime Udoka said he's so fast and explosive that he has the versatility to attack any matchup. Put a big body on him, he still has his advantages. We can put him anywhere in actions, and he can get downhill. Guys, back to you.
What an athlete. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. And Washington making a change here. Middleton's checked in. McCollum against Thompson. McCollum outside. From outside the arc. Hitting his third shot in 7 looks.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Now here's Smith. 6 points for him. Here's Durant. Looming large, KD.
Listen, we know this guy has got a solid offensive arsenal. You've got to stay on point defensively.
McCollum outside. Back to Middleton. George, a screen on Smith. Here's Middleton. And it's Middleton finishing it off.
Oh, a beauty. Aggressive move by Middleton. Slamming it in to make a statement.
Grant, in recent seasons, the big limiter on Chris Middleton's game has been health.
Yeah, B.A., and it's just so frustrating. Here's a high-impact player, an all-star, and he's always having to come back from something. Not what you want for anyone.
Defensive foul. C.J. McCollum.
Houston shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in.
At the line for your Rockets, Thompson. 1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Thompson against McCollum. Capella with a block.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Thompson scanning the floor. Durant draws the double. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. McCollum pulls it in. The Wizards trail by 16. Pass to Middleton. McCollum with a screen on Smith. Middleton passes to Sarr and finished off by Sarr.
Oh, Alex Sarr with authority. Finish it, sir.
Houston leading by 14. Outside Durant. And there's a 3-second violation. Okogie's checked in for Houston. The Wizards have gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in the second quarter. Outside Koulibaly. The baseline, Jay. McCollum's shot is off.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Here's Okogie. There's the block.
Terrific awareness by Alex Sarr. That is protecting your rim, folks.
Houston has gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. Smith finds Durant, screened by Capella. Durant has the open look with nobody on him. He buries that jumper. And that's now 33 points for Durant.
Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
And here's Coulibaly. Pass to Sarr. McCollum outside. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Houston.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Smith passes to Okogie. Some solid defense from Coulibaly. The Wizards trail by 16. Sarr down low, guarded by Durant. Washington moving the ball around. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Nope, that doesn't drop. He's now 3 for 8 in the contest. Smith passes to Okogie, and here is Thompson. Now Capella, still without a bucket. And it's Capella with the jam.
And inside, Capella knows how to throw his weight around, getting physical to get past the contact.
Middleton outside. Back to McCollum. George, a screen on Thompson. Here's McCollum. And McCollum slams it in.
And he's not the tallest player on the court, but McCollum uses his quick burst to finish above the rim.
Durant, pass to Capella. Thompson outside. For 3, Durant. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Now here's George. He's got 5. Back to McCollum. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
And the bucket is good. Smith's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Now here's George. Thompson with the block. Pass to Smith. The 11-footer. And too long on the shot. The Wizards trail by 21. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Coulibaly. And out of bounds. Houston will have it. Here's Durant. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. And the shot goes down. Durant's got 38 points.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
McCollum way outside. No good on the buzzer beater. First half, a fairly one-sided game. Rockets ahead, running away with this one. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, they're finding out anyone can win on any night. That said, once they adjust it, watch out. Lots of firepower on this roster.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, they're going up against some good shooters. Can't give guys room to operate. You have to crowd them, make them put the ball on the floor.
Sound recommendations from Dr. O'Neill. And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Wizards. Inside, Smith and Şengün. Josh Okogie is out there with Thompson, and it's Durant in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now here's Middleton. It's rebounded by Houston.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish that play with more authority.
To the middle. Stolen by Sarr. And it's Washington on the break. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Sarr's got 10.
Just bouncing off contact. Sarr, man, 2 points the hard way.
George with a steal. Now the Wizards in transition. Here's Middleton. Uses the glass on the layup. Give him 8.
Nicely executed break there. I mean, Middleton finishing it off strong.
Pass to Durant. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Shot clock at 6. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Coulibaly's got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's the drive. Oh, hey! How about that?
My goodness, you see the elite athleticism of Bilal Coulibaly with a little sauce.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Houston leading by 17. Thompson passes to Şengün. Pass to Durant. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Durant's got 40 points.
He has done the heavy lifting for them offensively, now looking to close this thing out.
Washington moving the ball around. McCollum against Thompson. The floater. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in this game.
Shooting for Washington, C.J. McCollum, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for McCollum. And McCollum drops them both. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Okogie on the wing. Pass to Şengün. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Durant for 3. Sarr pulls it in. The Wizards trail by 17. Outside Coulibaly. Picked it. Here's Okogie. Coulibaly defending. Durant. And a missed layup.
Boy, what a frustrating, sluggish start to this half. Brutal.
Thompson against Middleton. Down low. McCollum against Durant. Shot's good by McCollum. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
George with a steal. And it's Washington on the break. Sarr misses. The Rockets lead by 15. Thompson outside. Pass to Smith. Now Şengün. Now Durant. McCollum defends. And there's Durant. That one's good. On the assist by Şengün. Şengün's got his 4th assist in this one. And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Yeah, and coach has to tell him to dial it back. He's trying to do too much, going one-on-one, forcing bad shots, and it's really hurting this offense.
Eason's checked in for Okogie. Here's McCollum. 17 points in the game. Middleton outside. McCollum with a screen on Şengün. Back to McCollum. Fires for 3. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists tonight.
Off the pass, McCollum can be instantaneous. He doesn't think, he just shoots.
Now here's Durant. He's got 42.
Well, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Washington. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. George outside. This one for 3. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Thompson with it. To the inside. Stolen by Coulibaly. Here he goes. Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Well, Bilal Coulibaly showing you the vision right there. That is an excellent sign for his development.
Here's Durant. What a throwdown from KD.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Durant against Coulibaly. Kicks it to George. Fires from deep. Sends it home from 3-point land. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Thompson outside. Outside Durant. And the 3-pointer is good for Durant.
He tore it up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
McCollum with a screen on Durant. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And a look now at the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
Carrington, he's checked in for Washington. And Durant with the big finish.
Yet another monster night for Kevin Durant, one of the best scoring forwards in the history of the game.
Middleton against Smith. Takes a step back, 14 feet away, and again it's Washington.
The defense was certainly a little late in reacting to the step back.
The Rockets lead by 13. And Doris, even in the latter stages of his illustrious career, this coaching staff trusts Chris Middleton to create offense.
Well, one of the reasons you hear that, BA, is Chris Middleton is the very definition of a solid basketball player. He can play with the ball in his hands. He can get off the ball and knock down shots at a high level. We've seen him under duress of big-time championship moments make every right read. It's never a bad decision to give him the basketball.
And Washington has possession after Houston's 3-pointer on the other end. Shot's good by Sarr.
Individually, he's trying to lift the team. You've got to love the effort, but thus far, not getting over the top.
Thompson passes to Eason. Here's Thompson. Houston working the ball around. Back to Eason. 6 to shoot. Pass to Durant. Shoots over Coulibaly. They get it again. Şengün, no good. The Wizards trail by 14. Now here's Coulibaly. 5 points in the game. Here's Carrington. George outside. Charity stripe shot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Tari Eason. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Rockets, Steven Adams checked in for Şengün, and Finney Smith subbed in for Smith. And a change for the Wizards. Johnson, he's checked in for Sarr. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Rockets lead by 13. On the wing, Durant. Coulibaly defending. Pass to Adams. Outside Eason. There's the triple. And Houston, another 3.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead. And that means his teammates are delivering.
Middleton passes to Johnson. Adams grabs the miss. For Houston, they've gone 8 of 13 in the second half. They double team Durant. Thompson outside. And the 3 off target. The Wizards trail by 16. Outside Carrington. Pass to Coulibaly. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Well, the defense trying to touch up Bilal Coulibaly, and he says, I'm finishing despite that.
Now here's Finney Smith. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Durant's got 6 assists now in the game.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to George. And here's Middleton. Fires the 3. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Coulibaly against Durant. He got it again! Sensational! And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Adams against Middleton. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half. Durant surveying the D. Pass to Finney Smith. Thompson outside. Now Durant. They double team Durant. Now Adams. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Carrington. George in the post. He's against Eason. Outside Coulibaly. Pass to Johnson. Puts up a deep 3. The Rockets pull it in. Thompson's got 7 rebounds in the game. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Durant for three. Knocks down the long J. Durant's got 54 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Middleton passes to Johnson. From the arc. Connects from downtown. Johnson's got 5 now.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Pass to Adams. And here's Easton. 4-3. And Houston, another 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Coulibaly. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Houston leading by 17 at the end of the period. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. A worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Houston leading by 17. And so in the game for Washington, they've got Kispert. C.J. McCollum is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then there's Johnson. And it's Champagnie at the 5, down low. Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great finish by Şengün. I love when he goes up with power.
Outside Carrington. Back to McCollum. And there's the screen. Eason pulls it in. Eason's got 4 rebounds now. Over to the left wing. Outside Finney-Smith. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. And you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, BA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that is going to hold weight with what he says. But your best players have got to also lead by example. Give me both types, BA.
Here's Shepard. Back to Eason. The 3. And Houston, another 3.
I just love the ball movement.
And the Wizards shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Outside Carrington. They set the pick. Kispert outside. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Outside Eason. Pass to Şengün. Back to Eason. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Eason's got 15 points here in the second half.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Johnson. Over Finney-Smith. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
Timeout call, Houston. And with the new two-day format for the NBA draft, some executives complain, Grant, saying it helps out the disorganized teams.
Well, those teams could be in trouble regardless. With the push for parity, the league might not mind giving them some extra time to process during the draft.
And Houston making a change here. Durant's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Sarr's checked in for Kispert. Here's Shepherd. McCollum defends. Outside Durant. Durant draws the double. Pass to Shepherd. Şengün, a screen on McCollum to the paint. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist by Shepherd. Shepherd's got his 6th assist of the night. The Wizards have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Johnson on the wing. Back to McCollum. Up top, Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Sarr. Outside Johnson.
Rockets foul.
So for the Rockets, Green comes in for Şengün, and it's Davison in for Durant. And then for Washington, Middleton is checked in for Champagnie. George comes in for Johnson, and it's Bilal Coulibaly in for Carrington. And here's McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. George outside, jacks up a 3. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game.
This guy is on fire right now. Defense has got to step up and try to disrupt his rhythm.
Here's Shepherd. Pass to Eason. And with the introduction of the NBA Cup, the regular season schedule is more packed than ever.
You know what, B.A.? Many constituents in this game believe the regular season schedule should top out at 72 games. This is something the commissioner broached back when he introduced the Cup. Not necessarily 72, just that there could be a reduction. But there's too much money at stake. I don't believe this will ever happen.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Washington. Kicks it out to Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Here's Middleton. From 20 feet. It's hauled in by Houston. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he drives in. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Yeah, good timing from Shepherd on the drive, which is essential since he sometimes lacks the speed to beat the defense outright.
Now here's Middleton. From deep. Rebounded by Davison.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Pass to Shepherd. And Doris, you think about the top scorers in this league. They're creating those points with greater efficiency than in decades past.
Analytics is increasingly a part of the NBA. Teams are now understanding that 3 is more than 2, and if you don't make enough of them, you have a math problem. And then the other highly valued shots in the game, and maybe the most valued shots, are restricted area 2s. Listen, let's be smart about the game.
And Washington has possession. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. McCollum drives in. Count it. McCollum's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, out of a cannon. McCollum left a vapor trail.
Pass to Shepard. Now here's Green. And stolen by Middleton. Down low. Here's Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr is playing with a lot of confidence, not questioning himself, just using his size to keep finding buckets.
Davison. Pass to Eason. Let's go with a three. Sarr pulls it in. Washington has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Middleton with it. Green picks him up. Here's George. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum.
The assist.
McCollum's got 5 assists tonight.
Boy, nice pass, a little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Here's Shepard. And they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less, Grant.
And you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases you're talking legacy, you know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Now here's Coulibaly. Washington moving the ball around. Middleton finds Sarr. McCollum outside. He drops it from range. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Here's Shepard. Here's Adams. Shoots over Sarr. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Sarr.
Well, Steven Adams is as strong a player as there is in the NBA. Draws the contact there.
Steven Adams.
The free throw drops for Adams.
You know, sometimes we bemoan the lack of physicality in the league these days. That is not something that applies to Mr. Steven Adams.
Finney-Smith checked in for Houston. Crawford comes in for Davison. Second free throw, no good. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting five.
And you know, I think I'll go with two of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Crawford. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Washington. Now Middleton. McCollum outside. George sets a screen. Middleton from the outside. Adams grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Shepard. Count it. Shepard's gotten 4 this quarter.
And not only can he burn you from deep, Shepard is also skilled inside. Just great work there.
Pass to Middleton. Sarr screen. Middleton outside to the middle. Sarr misses. Houston has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. And here's Eason. Pass to Adams. Here's Shepard. Launches it. Drains the triple.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Kevin Durant.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
Here's Shepard. Adams with a screen on McCollum. Got a hand on it.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Wizards. Middleton outside to win the cold spell. Sinks the tray.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
Here's Shepard. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching.